Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another The Ugly Truth. Today, we're going to be talking about alpha females. Okay, so what is an alpha? It is somebody who is very strong, independent. They dance to the beat of their own drum. They don't follow the crowd because they realize that they're lost. So they forge their own path. Now, why are women nowadays seeming to be more single than ever and actually enjoying it, not really wanting partnerships? And if they do, it's a want, not a need. See, in the past, it was always taught to us that we were supposed to get married when we got out of school, have a family, and then provide for our family, stay home, work, do the work around the house, cook dinner, make sure everything and everyone's taken care of. And nowadays, women are just like, fuck it. If I'm going to do everything alone and by myself and still have to go to work and make money, then I'm just going to go ahead and be alone. And it's because all of the old programming has finally been wiped away from our soul memory. So a lot of the women now, because after the last few years and with that conjunction, if you guys have not had a chance to go over and look at The Ugly Truth about love and relationships right now, I would definitely suggest that you do that and check out all my other series. There's all different types of ones on my podcast. So with that said, a lot of women are choosing to just be by themselves nowadays. They're working corporate jobs. They're starting their own businesses. They're, building their own homes. It's hard for women nowadays to drop the armor and allow themselves to be in their feminine energy because the men around us haven't given us a safe enough space to be able to do so. So even the women who are in relationships kind of pull the man card out from underneath whoever it is that they're with because the man isn't lifting them up. Sees them as, somebody to go to war against instead of to go to war with. Back in the olden days, the Indians knew better. Women were actually valued and cherished. It wasn't until the church turned it around that women were devious. They were the devil. They were evil. And women were to be persecuted, even hung or burned at the stake. And now this day and age, women are rising up. The Indians knew to raise up their women. You give a woman a sperm and she creates a child. You give a woman a house, she creates a home. You give a woman ingredients, she'll create a meal. Women are the creators of life itself. And so what's the first thing that the government has done is attack masculinity. So now you've got a lot of men running around, don't know if if they have a penis or a vagina. You got a lot of men who don't want to commit. You got a lot of men who are constantly questioning the women in their lives. And when you have a strong, independent alpha female, you're not competing against anyone else. You're competing against their freedom. Because a strong, independent alpha female has already learned she can do everything on her own. So when somebody, an alpha female comes in and she actually gives you the time of day, you better see yourself as special. So for you to, as a masculine, if a masculine comes in and they try to pull their old tricks, it's not going to work with an alpha female. It might for about a second, but she's going to stand up for herself and she's going to tell you that she doesn't like it. She's going to express that to you. And you had better change your ways because as a male, you will be left in the dust. Next. Because our alpha females, and there is a lot of us rising up, we have realized that we are goddesses and we are going to be treated as the goddesses that we are. We're going to opt out of the timeline with whatever masculine is not giving us what we deserve, which is common needs in a relationship: love, honesty, integrity, to be built up, not to be pulled down. Too many men trying to, poke holes in women's psyche, making them feel like they're less than, like they don't deserve anything better. Like you take what you get, and that's just going to be enough because that's all I'm willing to give. Well, an alpha female is not going to put up with that. Alpha females are going to go out and get what they deserve. It's not a time to play games right now because alpha females are playing for keeps. Otherwise known as divine feminines. So if you have the opportunity to come into a union with a divine, feminine, alpha female, you had better stand beside her, not behind her, not in front of her, beside her. And you had better lift her up because she will do that for you. Because she knows what it's like. She knows what it's like to be alone and to be torn down. Because she didn't come into this energy of becoming an alpha without somebody or multiple people in her life making her feel as if she's not good enough. Making her insecure. Telling her that she should lose weight. She should be skinnier. She should get a nose job. She shouldn't do her hair that way. That's not going to work. With an alpha female, she appreciates her body. It doesn't matter how she looks. Society nowadays is like, oh, if you're not skinny enough, because that's what Hollywood has done for everybody and all these modeling things. Whereas now, alpha females, they don't think about that. They've learned to appreciate where they're at. Love their body for what it is. So if you come into a relationship with an alpha female thinking that you can change her, good fucking luck. Because you'll be out the door just as fast as you came in. And she's not even going to think twice. So you had better be mindful when you're coming into connection with a woman who is not insecure. She's not somebody who is going to be ran all over. She's not going to be an option. She is going to be a priority. You better fulfill all the promises that you have made to this alpha female. Because if she has to go out and do it all herself and protect herself, and she doesn't feel like she can trust you, she's not going to be with you. Say I if you're one of those alpha females where you're not putting up with any shit. Alpha females are no joke. And there's more and more of us rising up right now. We're the ones that they burned at the stake 10,000 years ago. And we have now incarnated again. And there will be a rise of even more goddesses on this earth. And they're the wounded healers. They're the ones going around healing everyone else. And they expect the same in return. That when they return home, that they can take off the armor that they have had to wear throughout the day. And that their masculine is always going to have their back. And if they can't trust that you will have their back, they will be alone. So you keep that in mind, masculines. Because these alpha females, they're a force to be reckoned with. Anyway, you guys, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys tuning into my podcast. It really does seem like you guys seem to like these much more than the readings. I am going to continue doing readings on my channel. I hope you'll take a look at a few of those. And see what resonates with you. But I love you guys all so much. Thank you to everybody who has purchased me a cup of coffee. I really do appreciate it. It does motivate me. And thank you for those of you who have liked, shared, and subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate that as well. If you guys have a topic that you guys would like me to do an ugly truth on, please put it in the description box. I really do appreciate anything you guys have to say. I love you guys all so much. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram, and I will chat with you again soon. Take care.